Welcome back to the pod. We are just a little over a month away from the start of basketball season, which is crazy to say, but our two guests today, we have David Douglas Jr. and Jake Heidbreder from the men's basketball team. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we're going to kick things off with just a few rapid fire this or that questions. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Ready? Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Sunrise.
Okay, you guys were close on up to here. Spotify or Apple Music?
Apple Music.
Spotify.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had Spotify, so I have nothing against
haven't
it.
had
I
Apple
just
Music,
have always
so-
had Apple Music, so.
Sometimes
I've
people
always
get
used
really
Spotify.
defensive
Yeah,
on that
people
one.
take that really seriously.
Yeah,
My girlfriend has Spotify though, and she likes that better than Apple Music, so.
I prefer Apple Music over Spotify.
I think I prefer
I just never really
Spotify.
use it.
I don't know.
Okay, pizza or wings?
Ooh,
Pizza.
Wings.
Buzzer beater or blowout win?
Buzzer beater.
I don't know, I feel like, I mean,
Blowout?
buzzer beater is more like cool, but like,
Blowout
we
is
blow them
boring,
out, that
man.
means we played better probably. I don't know.
Last one, play video games or watch a movie?
Video games.
Watch a movie.
All right.
All right, well, DJ, year 2 at Fresno State. What's different for you about year 2?
Last year I had, of course, a lot of injuries and stuff. So this year I've been trying to just take care of my knee, make sure I'm doing everything so I can stay healthy and just be able to play this year.
Do you feel like that's put you in a little more of a leadership role, being one of the only returners?
I definitely do feel like it because I've been here for a year. I kind of know Wahlberg's system, and like I kind of help the new guys. Like if they don't understand something, I could teach them and coach them on the sidelines, and it's just been real nice.
So, Jake, you've played at Air Force, Clemson, now Fresno State. How have all those different experiences shaped you as a player?
Yeah, I mean, Air Force, I had a pretty big role there. I was one of like the main guys, kind of freshman, and then going into sophomore year, I was kind of like the main guy. So it was kind of a jump that I had to take myself. And then leaving there, I go to Clemson. Obviously, we're like top 25 team in the nation, so you're not just gonna like be the guy unless you're like an NBA lottery pick or something. So like you kind of have to learn how to be a part of the team in a different way. So I think that was definitely an adjustment, but you know, it was fun. Had a good time at both places. So.
There's a lot of international talent on the team. What's that dynamic like, and have you guys learned anything new from your teammates?
Man, it's real funny. Like you got a bunch of international guys. It's kind of like a different type of vibe. Like you got Mateo's from Italy, then Gasper's from Slovenia, then you got a couple guys from France. So it's a good little mix. And then you got some other new guys like Jake and stuff. So I feel like we've been getting along really well, and it's just real fun because it's like we're building that chemistry on and off the court. Like sometimes we'll go eat together, go to the pool. So it's just really cool. We could just like build that connection together and stuff. So it's been nice so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny because we have so many different
Yeah.
people speaking different languages and so many different accents and everything. So, but yeah, like DJ said, I mean, we're all coming together good and gelling together. So, you know, it's been fun. I think it's fun learning about different countries and cultures and stuff too. So I think that's a bonus of having them.
What about your trip to Bass Lake? How was that? Team bonding.
That was fun.
It was good. DJ looked good in the water, but you know, it was good. Jet skis were fun. McConn's terrible at driving a jet ski, but
He's
yeah,
too
it was
tall.
good though. It was fun.
On game day, do you have any superstitions or routines that you do?
I really don't. I like to pray before every game. I don't know if that's really a superstition, but I think that's something to do with my faith. But that's probably the only thing that I do every single time.
What about you?
Same here. Probably just pray. I don't really have like a set thing I do before every game.
What about any music? What type of music are you listening to before game?
I think before game, definitely rap. Like I think there's different genres of music for different things. Like I'm not gonna go to a bonfire and probably like listen to Young Thug or NBA YoungBoy or something, you know. So, but before a game, I don't want to listen to country either. So it's like, you know, I think there's different settings for different music.
So bonfire is country music.
Yeah, I think so.
Game day is rap
At least in
music.
Indiana, it is. So. But yeah, if I'm trying to get hype, I'm not listening to like country music. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you feel like Indiana, that Midwest flair, is similar to Fresno, or do you think it's different?
Yeah, I think it's definitely more like rural based, farming based. Indiana's probably a little bit more corn, but yeah, I think it's similar vibe though. Like I think kind of like the gritty type people. So yeah.
What about you? You're also from the Midwest. What was the transition like for you to Fresno?
I love the weather here.
Okay.
That's a big thing for me. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of similar to back home. The community is amazing and the fans and stuff, so they support and they come out because obviously Fresno is big here, Fresno State, the athletics. So I kind of just like the environment.
If you were to describe your style of play on the court, how would you describe it? Or maybe an NBA player that you model your game after?
I mean, we
You wanna
both
go
like to
first?
shoot threes, so that's one thing. Trying to think. NBA comparison. I've had people tell me I shoot like Kevin Herter.
Okay.
Like my form is like that. I would say I probably
That's a
play
good one.
fairly similar too, so I can say him, I guess.
I get a couple different ones. I think Coach Welch said, like, C.J. McCollum. Like, some people say Tyrese Halliburton, Jordan Poole. I don't know. I think it's because light skin with the fro sometimes. I think that's what it might be. But I like those players. I do watch them, and I like their game. And I feel like we're kind of the same size, so I try to do some of the things they do, implement that in my game.
I get straight white people comparisons too, so yeah.
So you talked about Coach Welch. He has a lot of NBA experience, and then you have Tyler Johnson on staff, also played in the NBA. Was that a draw to you guys to come to Fresno State?
Yeah, it was for me, for sure.
Yeah.
I think, their experience and kind of what they've been around, what they know is definitely was something that pulled me here.
Yeah, for me, I got here last year and just hearing about Coach Welch, and because I didn't know much about him, but then I did research, Coach Welch, Coach Wahlberg, learning about, like, their past experiences. That definitely drew me to Fresno State. And then when Coach Tyler joined staff, I was like, yeah, this is the place for me. So I decided to stay.
So, DJ, you had a lot of games last season where it felt like you just couldn't miss. Talk to us about what it's like to be in that groove.
So, like, I feel like one of the best things about being a shooter is just your teammates trusting you and feeding you the ball. So, like, the couple games that I was able to play, felt like they did a really good job of finding me in the right spots. And biggest thing is just having confidence. So, coach is giving me confidence, my teammates. So, it's just me just taking those shots and knocking them down.
How do you handle that pressure?
For me, it's not really pressure because I put so much time into, like, my game in the gym, putting up shots, working. So I kind of already, like, mentally, I'm prepared. I know, like, if I miss, I know why I miss most of the times. So it's just a matter of me adjusting and fixing it for my next couple shots.
So, Jake, we heard that you wanted to be on Bassmaster.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about your fishing experience.
I just love to fish. I don't know. It's just a hobby I picked up on at home in Indiana. I grew up fishing. One of the houses I lived at growing up, we had a pond in our front yard. So, I just grew up fishing. I've always loved it. My dad got me into it. And, yeah, that would definitely be something I would love to do, be on Bassmaster. So, I don't know.
Is there strategy when it comes to fishing?
Oh, yeah. There's skill. People
Okay.
think it's just luck. Like, obviously, if you're just throwing a bobber out there, like with a worm, then, yeah, it's luck. But, like, if you're bass fishing, there's, like, skill involved.
All right, walk us through it.
All right, well, it depends on what lure you have on, first of all. If you have a crankbait, there's different types of ways you can, like, use the rod. Spinnerbait, you just reel it in. There's a thing called a wacky rig. There's Texas rig. Those are different types of rigs you can put on with, like, a worm. So, again, it all depends on what type of lure and stuff you have on, first of all. So,
What's been your best catch?
I actually caught it here. Well, it depends. So, like, freshwater, my biggest bass, like largemouth bass, was here at Coach Welch's house.
Oh.
So, but I've caught, like, other types of bass, like at Clemson, that were bigger, but it's a different species, so I don't really count that, I guess. And then, like, saltwater fishing, I've caught, like, a shark before, so,
Wow.
yeah. Not like a big shark, but, like, a baby shark, but I guess it's kind of
shark,
cool,
yeah.
so.
Still counts.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
DJ, do you have any hobbies?
Not really. I just play the video games with some of my teammates. I like to eat a lot, so any new food places or anything, I like to try new stuff.
What are your current favorites?
Around here, I love Doll's Kitchen. That's my favorite spot. It's like a soul food place. And what else? Doghouse is pretty good. And I feel like those are my main ones. And then I just get, like, other stuff like Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Uncle Harry's for breakfast.
Yep, got to.
Yeah.
What's your order?
I switch it up sometimes. Right now they got, like, the cinnamon brown sugar bagel witch. I get that. That's really good. Or I'll get, like, the Country Harvest with, like, the bacon cheddar bagel.
I've tried that one. So when you're not at practice, you're playing video games. What else are you doing?
Sleeping. Sleeping, video games. Every now and then I'll make some TikToks with a couple of my teammates. I talk to my family and stuff. Try to talk to them at least every other day, I would say. Especially my dad. My dad calling me, checking up on me all the time. My mom does too, but my mom kind of gives me space. She knows I'm in college, busy. My dad sometimes doesn't care, but it's all love. So they're really rooting for me, and they're really excited for me. So it's great to have that.
All right, I'm going to ask you 4 questions about your teammates. You're going to say who you think applies to this. Most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Ooh,
me.
You can't. No, you can't choose yourself.
I went through survival training, so I'm saying.
Yeah, actually, the Air Force situation, we should have thought that through a
Other
little
than
bit.
me, I've trained for that. No. Other than me, I'd probably say Cam. Cam kind of outdoorsy, so I feel like he could get away, like living off the grid or something.
I would say Cam or Wilson. Wilson's a big guy. I don't know how much
Wilson kind of slow though.
He
so.
is slow, but I don't know. I don't think zombies are going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say Cam.
Cam and Wilson probably.
If you were broken down on the side of the road and you could only call one person on your team and they would answer, who is it going to be?
I would say either DJ or you, other DJ Stickman.
I don't know if I can trust the foreign guys because they barely even have like a American number.
Nate just got his today.
Yeah. But Taylor still don't have one. I'd probably go one of the 2 DJs probably.
Okay. If someone on the team was going to be famous for something other than basketball, what would it be and why?
Deshaun, TikTok.
Yeah.
He already has like, I don't know how many followers, but he already
But is that
has
because of basketball though? Like, can we count that?
That is true, because OTE, I don't know. Besides that, though, who else do you think?
It might be you or other DJ off TikTok. It's them 2 or Deshaun off TikTok. One of those 3.
Yeah, besides TikTok, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Last one. If you had to trust one of your teammates to pick out a new wardrobe for you, who would it be?
Probably Deshaun, I would say. Deshaun has.
You know, Loki got some good fits with Soki.
Soki, too.
Soki do got some good fits. I might go Soki.
I forgot about Soki.
Soki slept on.
Yeah.
Okay. You're trusting him too?
I'll go Soki.
Yeah, Soki. He always putting something on.
And then why do you play basketball? When it's hard and you're thinking, like, why do I do this? What comes into your mind?
For me, it's just I've been playing ever since I was little. And I always just had, like, a love for the game, watching, like, it started with Derrick Rose. That was my favorite player growing up. And I don't know, I feel like in high school it got to a point where like I started loving it so much that I want to really put my all into it. So I feel like when you have like that motivation and like self-motivation, just really be like the best possible version of you, I feel like that really just carries on and keeps you motivated.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a similar thing. It's just what I love to do. It's what I find joy in outside of like family, friends, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just what I love to do. It's obviously allowed me to meet a bunch of like amazing people, go to amazing places. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And what can the fan base expect from this team on the court?
Expect a lot of threes for sure. We got a lot of shooters, but no, just a bunch of high character players. You're gonna see a lot of unselfish basketball, I would say. Just guys going out there every night, giving their all, playing as hard as they can, doing everything they can to win, doing all the little things, diving on the ground, getting steals, making the extra pass. I feel like this brand of basketball is what the Valley's going to be loving to watch this year, so I'm really excited.
Perfectly said. Not bad.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week.